Yeah. Talk about Moorhead a little. Is he making some more progress?
Emmett?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you really watch the film and watch how he played, it's the first live bullets he's had. And I mentioned that he didn't have a senior year in high school. He hasn't played much football in his whole life. It's not like he's a kid who grew up playing football since second grade. He's really played a few years of football. And then for him to go in with limited practice reps and play the way he did, I think he'll just get better. I mean, probably was a little nervous and anxious, I'd imagine. And you guys can ask him. I think you're going to talk to him today.
Yeah.
Ask him, but he's a great kid. He'll get better. Like I said, I think he's got a bright future ahead.
Have you guys made a decision about that quarterback position, or are you going to wait until the rest of the week goes on?
We've made a decision. Yes, we've made a decision.
And is it going to be one guy this time?
I'm hoping it's one guy, yes. As you know how I, honestly would like to do it. Could it be two? So I don't want to tell you, yeah, it's just one guy, and then all of a sudden, it could be two, but I'd like it to be one. I just want to get a guy a chance to go play, but if something happens where we got to change it up, then I don't want you guys looking at me like I was lying to you. But that's the plan, just so you know. That's the honest truth.
I got a specific one, just about the center quarterback exchange. It's bitten you significantly a couple of times.
Sure.
I know Alec's great, but what do you do to fix that?
Oh, you got to keep practicing on that, Alec, and you can ask him. He jammed his finger on that series, and he lost control of the ball. It's not for lack of effort, not for lack of a good player, not for lack of coaching. It had gotten better, and that was a big play in the game. And it can happen. But for those of you that know Alec, please don't mention that again to him, because he probably won't be very happy about it, because he cares so much. But it's got to get better. We can't be on the 20-yard line and then be on the 40. I'm just as pissed off as he is about it, but I believe in him.
In terms of injuries, updates on Trey, Brandon?
Yeah. I think IGM, I would say I'm hopeful. Trey, day-to-day. Who else we got? Sebastian, day-to-day. And that's all.
What about Kobe? I noticed he wasn't on the depth chart this week.
Kobe will not be available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a season-ending thing, or is he?
It could possibly be. We're still just waiting to see how he feels.
Gotcha. Same knee?
Yes.
What you guys learned from last year's game against Tech that helps you this time around?
If you turn the ball over 5 times to none, and you're still in the game with, I think there was 3 minutes left in the third quarter, 17-14. If you turn the ball over 5 times against anybody, you have no chance to win. They're a very athletic team. Last year, different quarterback, different running back. This year, same style. Quarterback's a good athlete. He's fast, he's quick. I think he's really tough because he takes some shots. He can throw the ball down the field. They play 3 different backs, who I think are good players. I think they might have the best wideouts that we've played. 9, 11, and 80, different styles. 80's big. 80's a big guy. He can go up and get the ball. 9 and 11 are dynamic. The O-line is big and strong. So similar team, couple of different players. I know they lost their one tight end who's a really good player, but same style of football.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the quarterback. You mentioned how tough he is. You saw Garrett Trader was more of a downhill guy.
Yeah.
Before that was Malik, more elusive. How would you describe Braxton?
He's very quick and elusive, good agility, and he can accelerate. He's not as big. Schrader was a big guy. He's not as big as him. I think he throws the ball down the field better. Not knocking Schrader by any means. I think he throws the ball down the field better.
We talked about pass protection, trying to find new ways, whether it's 6-man protection, 7-man protection,
Right.
chipping. When you look at this Virginia Tech D-line, they're going to get some pressure up front. What is the game plan in trying to, alleviate that kind of pressure at quarterback?
I think a lot of it will be scheme. A lot of it will be how quickly we hold on to the ball, and then some of it will be with our players, blocking their players. Their defensive end number 11 is a really good player. Their nose is a really good player. They're a 4-down team, kind of similar to us. So there's not as much odd, crazy pressure and twisting and slanting all over the place. But we've worked on it quite a bit the last 2 days.
How do you have to manage it differently? I mean, you've got a ton of experience. Your coaches have a ton of experience. You're talking about a quarterback who doesn't. There's a traditional way of using your timeouts, being smart with the clock. Do you have to go into a game saying, we may need to slow it down a little bit call some timeouts when we may not want to because this kid needs it. Do you have to think about it that way sometimes with an experienced guy?
Well, just speaking back to the last game, because I don't know what it would be like in this game, there was definitely times when hey Frank, if you need one, let me know. You know, like I watch the clock the whole game, and I think about the time and the timeouts the whole game. But there are certain situations where you got to forget about that and make sure that we're okay. And I'm learning from that. There's some times that, you know, doing some self-reflecting, I probably could have used one and instead of trying to hold on to them. But I'm learning. But the clock management is something I do spend a lot of time on and I pay a lot of attention to. But that is a good question. What's up?
Did things get eliminated or cut back on a short week?
No. We're into this part of the season where our installs they're in.
Yeah.
And I think no. I would say no.
Well,
I
that's
think
my
the
next-
amount of how fast you practice, that's different. Like we came out Monday, because Mondays are our Tuesday, Tuesdays are our Wednesday, Wednesdays are everything's bumped up.
Yeah.
So we came out and we didn't really practice very hard on Monday because they were just removed from a night game and we were banged up. So it was more of a jog through. Today was full speed. And then tomorrow will be like a Thursday, so we'll have to kind of taper back. So you get less contact and you get less full speed work. Easier than playing like on an NFL Thursday night because it's not quite as short. That's hard.
Want to ask about Dion Jones? Noticed he wasn't dressed last week. He only
Yeah.
played a couple games early in the year. What's up with him?
Dion's been out, unfortunately, and we miss him. We miss him as a player. We miss him as a leader. I miss him as a person out there because he's one of my favorite guys. He has not been able to go. And I'm not sure if he'll be able to return, unfortunately, for the season. Which I think I'm saying that about too many guys. But that's football, right? And we gotta move on.
We talked on Sunday about the red zone offense. Just now that it's Tuesday, just what have you seen from that area, and how can you guys make it better?
Tomorrow's red zone. Yeah, today was third down, first, second down, third down. Tomorrow the next day will be red zone. So you can hit me up on that one tomorrow and I'll answer it for you.
I want to get your thoughts on the emotional boost that you and I'm sure the players are going to get from, you know, wearing the red bandana stuff at home. The crowd's going to be into it. First time you're going to have a crowd experiencing that here. I know you did it on September 11th on the road, but it's different here.
Yeah, I think we need that. I think it'll be great for our players. And I think the red bandana I think it's an awesome tradition. Because in my opinion, Wells represents so much about what's right in the world and what's awesome about Boston College. They're great people who are resilient. They're people who sacrifice for each other. And it's men and women for others, which is what BC is all about. And that's why, you know, I say it, are we where we want to be, guys? No, I get it. And do the fans have every right to be disappointed? They do. Well, I'm disappointed, trust me. And I'm not happy about it, and I'm going to do something about it. But I'd ask, come out again, come out early, and support our players. This is a red bandana game. It is honoring Wells. But I'd ask to hang in there with us. Show us that support. Be loud. These guys are working hard, and it's not for lack of effort. And I think the students at BC have the same mindset that our players do, and I'm very hopeful to see them there early in the game.
Coach, just playing on a Friday night, I can't imagine you've done it very often since leaving high school. How does that change just this week? Does it feel rushed at all?
It does early in the week. Sunday's hard because you try to not let it affect the players. But Sunday's hard for the coaches because Sunday is Sunday, but it's also Monday. So you need to do all the work that you would normally do on a Monday. You need to do that Sunday because you lose a day. Monday in my mind is Tuesday. Today's Wednesday for me. Like my whole world is Wednesday right now. It's weird, right? Like Monday Night Football was on last night, and I said to Gina, I was like, why are they playing on a Tuesday night? That's how screwed up I am. So you lose a day, but you have to find time to do that work. So we're probably all a little bit tired right now, but who cares, right? We'll get it back Saturday after we play a good game.